Okay, so welcome to today's video. I decided to try something a little bit different in this video. Uh, One of the more common questions that we get about unikernels is, what do people use these for? And the default answer is web application software, right? So, like, if you're writing a web server, the vast majority of SaaS software and like literally every single website out there, it's a web server, and that's a perfect use case for unikernels. However, HTTP is not the only game in town. Today we're going to be looking at Gemini. So Gemini is another protocol that is kind of descended from Gopher, which was a protocol that HTTP kind of kicked out in the early '90s. Not kicked out, but it overtook in popularity. I mean, there's still some enthusiasts that use Gopher, but Gemini was kind of along that lineage, and they've continued to work on it. In fact, you can go to some of those awesome page lists and see, you know, quite a few different servers and client. So this little window that I have open right here, this is a Gemini client. You can see that the protocol here is Gemini protocol.net, all that good stuff. How does this fit into unikernels? Well, just like web servers, it's a perfect fit. So let's explore some of these packages that I made. So I made this one for Agate. Uh, it's made in Rust. We got Twins. This one's made in Go. We got Leica, named after the dog. This one's in Rust. And so, we pulled them from all these different little places here. This one's on GitHub. There's a lot of them that are on SourceHut. I think Drew DeVault was interested in Gemini at one point, or maybe he's involved in it. I don't know. Anyways, there's like a ton of Gemini stuff on SourceHut. So if you're interested, that's kind of the place to be. And then, obviously there's things like this where you have proxies. So you don't even need like an actual real Gemini client. You can just proxy through the web if you wanted to. Anyways, let's explore with unikernels. So let's go ahead and pull up Agate. Here we go. And so as unikernels do, they start immediately. Let me go ahead and show you one quick thing that I did so you can follow along. If you look at Etsy hosts, I added an entry for example.com just to go to loopback. And the reason why is because Gemini wants a domain in many cases. So that's what we have there. We're gonna go ahead and pull this up in our browser here. And so we're going to example.com. And for Agate, I think what we did was we put it at index.mid, right? So simple little, hello world. We can also look at what else we got here. We got Ivory Leica, sorry. As you can see, I'm on Mac, so I'm specifying the arch. We'll go ahead and pop that guy up. We're going to go back to our browser. This one is on, I threw this as an example into index.gmi. They have like their own markup language too. So index.gmi, I have this little banner served by Leica. Hello from Nanos. So you can kind of see over here this logging message showing you some of the information. And then we'll check out Twins. So we got Twins, and I think I couldn't find the version. So whenever you see this like 001 on a package, that's just a convention I've been using because I can't find the version immediately. Maybe the version exists, but since I'm the one packaging it, tough cookies. So there's that. And then I think this one is also index.gmi as well. So we probably should be able to just refresh this, but I'm just going to make it fresh. Yeah, so hello from Nanos. So the other thing about Gemini being kind of Gemini and Unikernels. The reason I wanted to explore this video was they share a very common theme, that is of simplicity. A lot of us kind of think that the web itself is like super complex for no good reason. I think a lot of software is complex for no good reason. And Gemini kind of pulls us back, into what's important. And I think unikernels do that as well, because they just make you focus on running that one and only one application. You don't need 20 different applications for something that barely does any traffic, right? So we're gonna close this Vimini. By the way, that's the name of this client, this Vimini. We're gonna close that, and I just wanted to show you something else. We have this Gimbro. So this is a nice little client, and as you can see here, we can we can pull it off in our terminal here too. So now you can be like SSH'd into some random server, and you can use this. So this client would remind you of like links, both the LINKS and also the LYNX clients. And you can just pull up everything else as well. So we can do GeminiProtocol.com, and it's doing the little I'm thinking message, and pulls it up. Anyways, this was a quick introduction to Gemini, where I think it might fit into unikernels, and invite you to explore. Till next time.